when you come here, you leave with extra knowledge. You leave with important knowledge. So yeah, so there we go. We have you will see James Walkway, but actually that's our producer. You will have on air there, Miss Brendalyn Waller. Brendalyn, can you hear me? Okay. Let's see if I can. Let's see. I don't know there. You are muted. You are muted, Brendalyn. So can you ask the producer to unmute you? There we go. There we go. All right. You are unmuted. You are live. You are on a hot mic, as they say. Can you hear me? Okay, Brendalyn.
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Awesome, awesome. Welcome to Focus on Liberia, broadcasting through Kear Radio, throughout Liberia, on 95.9. So, so first, I will just give you a minute to introduce yourself to our audience. Let's hear a little bit about you before we begin our short conversation here.
Okay. So my name is Brenalyn Kiwawola. Um, I was born on March 26, 2003. Currently a graduating senior at the University of Liberia, where I'm majoring in political science and minoring in English with BBA to be in international relations. I'm also the founder of Women Media TV. That is an online platform that talks about women rights, women issues, stopping gender based violence. And I'm also a feminist and an advocate that strongly against women domestic violence and wanting for women to have or ESA for them to be known, for them to have a voice, and for women to be able to create the space for opportunity and not just to sit for the opportunity to be delivered to them. Because now in our certain now we face a lot of challenges with women sitting at the back and men at the front. So we are trying to eliminate that men has made it a culture that women don't exceed more than them. So these are some issues we that I'm currently into.
Okay.
And also, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great. 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 So we, of course, we focus on Liberia, partner with you, along with the Monserrato Global Initiative, to host the International Day, the celebration of the International Day of the Girl Child. So could you just tell us a little bit about how the whole thing came about, being wanting to celebrate this day?
Okay, so this particular day is normally scheduled for October 11 from the United Nations, and it's been celebrated to talk about women issues, for women to step up and not just to sit back, for women to know that they are unique, they are important. And so we Monserrato Initiative was or proudly sponsor of this, and I was the head of event for the celebration that we had on October 25th. We used the Bonans Farm community, peace community. We used the Yakati school wherein we were able to talk to students, and we also partner did some community engagements with the community dwellers there for girls. We also have some male that was interested in the program. So we had the celebration to be able to celebrate the International Day of a Girl Child. And Focus on Liberia was one of our sponsors, and Monserrato Global Initiative was one of our sponsors. So they saw the need of celebrating this, though the day already passed. But we had a need to be able to educate, because we can stop talking about women issues, we can just stop talking about women rights and making women to be equally equal as men is in society now. So we had couple of speakers that talked on menstrual hygiene, health rights. We talk on sexual reproductive health rights. We also give name the significance or the importance of girls being educated and girls taking the space in society. And we had about 100 plus participants that got awarded with a certificate that was signed by most by Focus on Liberia and me being the head of event. So the program was mind blowing, I can say, because we were on live also, not just in-house discussion. We had lengthy discussion about people knowing about girls, that we are not just to be in the kitchen and just cooking as tradition demands, but you can also have a career to be able to step up in society. And we also talked about that day we talked about girls taking the lead, and we made mention of them not just being a carrier of babies, but a carrier of productive dreams that will be able to be making headlines in Liberia and at large. So we had a discussion with the young girls in the community, in the school, Yakati, and we had a lengthy discussion. And I'm sure that what we did was something that have never been done in that particular community from time in, time out. Even we spoke to the principal, and the principal was the proprietor and principal of that particular school, and the community chairman. He said, wow, that's a great, and we want for you guys to continue to remember our community. I mean, we that was district number 4, Bonus Farm. But then for talks like girls education, for things that normally happens for education purposes, not of not neither of it can reach there, because I don't know if it's why it's isolated. But they for Monterey Global Initiative and Focus on Liberia was able to engage women, were able to engage girls, young girls that had the vision to be able to learn and explode in society. So so far, that's how was the program.
Okay, sounds great. Sounds great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Brendolyn. I wanted to find out from you. What are some of the challenges that you've learned that young girls in Liberia face? In the present our present situation, Liberia. What are some of the challenges that they face?
There's a lot of challenges that young girls face now in society. I mean, one is sexual abuse for job. That's a key thing. When you really look at that particular thing about that sexual abuse for job, or you have to give something to gain something. Looking at women, we are just being taking disadvantage of every time. You have a good CV, for example, and you are capable for the job, but when you go to the interview, or you go to where they are handling the job, you find out that you are not eligible because you didn't do so and so thing. And then one thing is that women don't have that space. So instead, since we don't have the space, what I can say to young women out there in Liberia is that since we don't have the space, let us create the opportunity. That is a common quote unquote, they say women support women. So let us create a space that we have our own opportunity, and not just to settle for less. Nowadays you find young girls, since they can't afford, because we all know that life is unexpected, you expect some things that happens in life, but then they, unfortunately for some, they don't have that growing up, they wasn't educated, they have torsos and struggles from their families, from their homes. So the only means they could see was to have a man that will be able to handle the responsibility. You find all that teenage pregnancies all over when men fail to take their responsibilities, and a lot, I mean, but for the important thing that we can say that, or I can say that women is facing is the sexual abuse, the violence, domestic violence. Women is being assaulted or are being assaulted every single day by men. And most of the cases you can, yeah, people talking about it, and these are women issues. These are how we getting affected. Imagine we had a talk with a girl, cause from the community, one community, I won't call her name, but then she's in this particular home, and the person she stays with that she know as uncle is abusing her every night. And since she she don't feel comfortable and don't give the space for her to talk, she gets shy, and then she just draining, and then they enter to don't ask. So these are some things that we are taking advantage. I mean, you have this opportunity to help this particular person. Why must you put sexual gain and personal interest before the help of that person? So women face a lot of challenges. Yes, we face a lot of challenges in Liberia.
Okay, all right. So I guess my question then, my next question to you will be, um, I mean, we've had the workshop, and the young ladies came in and they participated in the workshop and all that. Um, do you have anything else planned? Do you have anything else in your portfolio plan for the coming year?
Yes, for next year menstrual hygiene day, which should be on May 28th, 2026, we are thinking about being able to give girls menstrual pad, because menstrual pad is something that is very essential for every young girl. And we found out, or we have seen the need that most oftenly girls get infection at school or at their homes because they are using towel, they are using tissues, they are using napkins because they can't afford a sanitary pad product. Imagine a menstrual pad is sold for the least you see 200, 250, and they only have $5 US. 500. What happens to that girl that is in a rural area, that's in the community, that don't have a job, that is dependable on her parents? So how will she be able to get that menstrual to be able to be, when her time comes, to be able to be safe, so she don't get disgraced. So we see the need to do that. So by next year, May 28th, we'll be doing the sharing of menstrual product, because we have noticed there are advocates that have been talking about it to the Liberal government for them to see the need to drop tariff on the menstrual pad. But we see that they haven't done that yet. And in 2024 and May 2025, they are saying that 20% import duty and 10% goods and services are taxed. So these products are classified as general goods rather than essential health commodities. So they're still seeing it as there where they can gain, I mean, governmental taxes from. But I mean, if condom can be free for everyone to be safe and be safe from HIV or other sexual transmitted diseases, then what happened that menstrual pad can be zero charge? I mean, so we have more access, for girls to have more access. Many of those private schools or even the public schools, you ask to use the bathroom, you don't see one sanitary pad there. So imagine if that particular girl is having her time and she at school and want to use the bathroom, you find out that she either use tissue, which is not safe, which cause itch, and that particular itch can lead to infection that the person can feel uncomfortable. So we have seen the need that, yes, it's very essential that we have our menstrual pad distribution for our next year upcoming event. So that will be the first thing we will do in next year by May 2028, in order to be able to celebrate the menstrual hygiene day. So we'll be able to share pads to girls out there to know that we have seen and heard their pain and we want to give back to society. So that's what we'll be doing for next year.
All right. So May 28th. Watch out, people. May 28th. Um, so coming your way will be another community engagement. And you said that May 28th. What is the official day? What is it called?
Oh, menstrual hygiene day is
Menstrual
always
Hygiene
celebrated.
Day.
Yeah, menstrual
Okay.
hygiene day.
There
So
you
that
go.
they will use it to celebrate women
Mm-hmm.
for them being a proud leader, for them being able to accept that it's part of womanhood and not to be a shy to talk about menstrual hygiene. It's not a taboo. We'll be talking about the stigmatization that is around it, to be able to tell them it's not a stigma for women to bleed, because it's just a prerequisite for you to be able to have a child. And know that for every woman that bleeds, you are a hero and you have achieved a lot of things. So you can't be shy to talk about things like that. Like we'll be breaking the taboo that when you on your time or you are seeing your period, you can cook from water. I mean, why the stuff got to do with your hands that screening the palm. So all of that taboos around there, we are going to be breaking that stigmatization around it. I mean, some people the bullying from school, when they catch you on campus, I mean the boys laughing at you, all of that will be discussed, because young girls that's coming out, especially from age 9 to 12, they are not ready menstrual. So also we'll be using that platform to be able to educate them about their menstrual rights. We'll be able to educate them on it. So we'll be doing our community engagement and we'll ask the public which community we should go to, so that they don't feel we just sit and then pick the community. So we'll have a question posted that where the which community you want us to be and where you want this particular education to happen, so that women feel included, others feel included and not excluded from the benefits of what we will be doing.
Awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. And just so you know, that Focus on Liberia stands ready to partner with you. Monserrato Global Initiative stands ready to partner with you through that process. Let's work
Okay.
towards it. It sounds like is an amazing idea, an amazing venture, and we would definitely want to be there with you, supporting you every way we can to make sure that this happens. These are the very grassroots actions in education that we need our young girl children to have, so that they grow up to be productive women in society.
Yeah, definitely. Because these are topics that should be taught at home, but many parents feel shy to tell their girl child that, I mean, this time in women, when you're at 9, you expect to be you expect to be able to see your menses, and it's not a crime, it's not something that is shameful. But then the education is not really taught because they see it as women's secret. Yes, it's women's secret, but every child has the right to know, so that they don't confide when it happens in other person that will give them wrong advices. And so these are things that we'll be able to be talking. Will not just be maybe before the program will be here, before the day of the program will be here, to be able to educate people verbally, and then tell them what the program we will have would be, the community and all of that, so that those that are interested, even if you're not in a community, due to the education purpose, you can be able to come and join us to be able to break those stigmatization around menstrual hygiene and health rights.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Brendan, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for engaging with Monrovia, Liberia. Thank you for engaging with our audience on Facebook, on YouTube. You had a really great show. I'm a witness to that. The celebration, the workshop on the International Day of the Liberian Girl Child was amazing. It was a really good idea. Thank you so much for it, and I'm excited about May 28th and the Menstrual Health Day. and what we're gonna do over there for once again for our young Liberian ladies. Thank you so much. I will give you a minute here just to close up. You can wrap up if you forgot anything or whatever else you want to inform. You can go ahead and let our
Oh,
audience know before we let you go.
okay. So I would just like to tell the Focus on Liberia and that of the Montserrat Global Initiative that is always behind the success of every event we having. I would like to say thank you all so much, and we pray that we continue to be able to partner up to be able to help Liberia to help women at large. So I would like to say to young girls, let us keep pushing. Let us not settle for less. Let our voice keep being heard. Let us create and make space for opportunities for ourselves and not just to be liability to men. Let us know that education is very essential, and once we are educated, we can break down mountains, we can move down those walls that's in Liberia that's affecting our nation. We'll be able to be having a gabble of authority to change some dynamics that is in our country. So I would like to say thank you all so much for listening. Thank you for watching. And once again, I'm Frenalyn Kiwawola. I would like to say thank you all so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Brennan. We appreciate you. I want to ask you one question here before you go. Yeah, I want to ask
Yeah,
you a question.
yeah.
So you say you're taking political science. Why political science?
Yeah, I'm doing political science. I want to do law, and I just don't want to
Whoa.
rush in criminal justice.
Yeah.
And political science have components. I mean, you are talking about politics and law. You are talking about you doing philosophy that telling you about how people act, how people think, their way of thoughts. So I
Mhm.
mean, it's a
Yeah.
political science have a lot of components. I'm doing social science, I'm doing sociology, all embedded in that to be able to be a lawyer, because there are some rules, there are some policies, there are some laws that we as young people should take the stand in Liberia for Liberia to go forward, and we can only do it once we step in the space. So once we step in as a lawyer, then can be able to change some dynamics in our country. And
Okay.
it will shock you that in
Mhm.
the department we don't have many females that have reached senior level right now. But I mean, people showing interest because they see we are about, I think, 8 women in the department that is doing it at major. So people are seeing the need. So I will even encourage freshman students, even if you are applying for the entrance, please, if you have a dream to be a political scientist, don't take political science to be those that just cause noise. I mean, it's a unique feed of study that you explode. I mean, you be able to think beyond everything that you see. You be able to analyze, critical thinking, critical analysis. So I mean, it's a good feed of study.
Okay. Yeah, you well said. Well said. Well said. Thank you so much. We look forward to Consular Brendalyn Waller here in the not too distant future. We look forward
Yeah.
to that. Thank you so much, Brendalyn, for joining us. We appreciate
Okay.
you. Okay. And we'll take leave of you now. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you
Thanks
so
so
much.
much.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, Anthony, you can go ahead and awesome. All right. So there you have it. That was Brendalyn Waller, and she was the event head lead event coordinator for the just ended celebration of the International Day of the Liberian girl child. And of course, as she noted that she already has her sights on trained on May 28th, which is the Menstrual Health Day, and she's gonna be, moving forward to educate our young ladies on menstrual health and all of the and kind of dispelling and tearing down all of the taboos and rumors and misinformations that have been going on. So yeah, so thank you so much for joining us. So we have 30 minutes left. Anthony, I was hoping we could talk some politics here, if that's okay. Uh, um,
Definitely, that is okay. 30 minutes is a lot of time that we
yeah,
can use to discuss some of the things, especially
yes,
that happen in the political.
Absolutely,
yeah.
man. Absolutely. Can we start with Finabono and Anita Jala? I believe that is her name.
Yeah, definitely. That is one of the things issues being discussed right now. Uh,
Yes.
we we are all talking about the fight against corruption.
Mhm.
We are all talking about accountability. And when it comes to accountability, when it comes to the fight against corruption, there is no middle ground. Either you are for accountability, transparency, and the rule of law, or you are not.
Mhm.
You cannot change your tone. You cannot move the goalposts when we are talking about these issues.
Mhm.
But quite too often, people who are political will make excuses, will justify, and they will change the goalposts and they will talk with two sides of their mouth, other will say, when we are discussing the issue of accountability. The issue of justice also is another thing. And
Mhm.
uh talking about the Finabono case, she has been indicted.
Yep.
I heard you saying, well, why couldn't the government wait
Yeah.
since they have knowledge that she outside of the country?
Mhm.
So for me, I don't know. Did she leave the country because probably somebody gave her the intelligence that this is coming? And so did she quietly leave because she had that information? We don't know. If that is the case, then you mentioned Darius Dillon was talking about, if she is more like escaping from justice, it means that she is guilty. All
Mhm.
right. And you went further by saying that is not necessarily true.
No.
If the person does not trust the system,
Mhm.
the first instinct is to escape from that very sin. Because if you look at the whole Finabono something when the access recovery team was constituted by the president, Finabono was one of the first person the access recovery went after.
Mhm.
Uh, they seized the Glacier Rise,
Yep.
Texas,
Mhm.
and I know there was an injection; it was not done properly, and so FINA could not be held by our justice system, and even going further to court and all that.
Yep.
And so this is a government that is determined to really investigate. And for me, I am all for that.
Yeah.
FINA should be investigated,
Yep.
just as any other government official who actually there are suspicions,
Mhm.
there are questionable dealings. If the records exist, that there are questionable wealth being acquired, who of FINA before becoming chief of protocol to President Weah, what was she doing?
Mhm.
How much possession did she have at the time?
Mhm.
And when she became chief of protocol to the president, what was her salary?
Mhm.
How many years did she serve? What can be the estimated income she
Mhm.
made over that period of time?
Yeah.
And if you square that with the investment she has now, the
Mhm.
property she acquired,
Mhm.
are there reasons to believe that what she earned over the time far below the property she has now? If
Mhm.
the answer is yeah, then that is reasonable suspicion to be able to investigate,
Yes.
right? And to also even bring an indictment. And
Yeah.
all we also ask is there must be due process. And so I welcome the idea that the government believes that they
Mhm.
have every reason uh, to indict her and to even go further by carry on an investigation and go into court. And if she's found guilty of any misdealings,
Mhm.
when she served as a public servant for the Republic of Liberia, then justice should be served. And if the government will succeed in restituting what may be acquired by her through
Mhm.
theft, then it would be a good thing. I will welcome that.
I got a
So,
question.
yeah, Michael, go ahead.
I got a question. What do you think of this idea that this government should focus on only the past government?
And Michael, I like this debate. Is it fair that it is clear that the Unity Party government show interest in going after former officials of government that served in the previous administration, accountable, going after them for acts of corruption or alleged corruption? Is it fair that they are doing so? That is a question that we must discuss. And my answer is yes, it is fair. It is the responsibility of any government to set the record straight on individuals who have been perceived to have abused public trust.
Okay.
More so when the suspicions are reasonable, when what they acquire over the time clearly seems to be questionable, then it is within the right of the government to say, hey, wait a minute. How long were you serving? How much was this person making? And during that time, did you get all of this? Then it is fair to do so. Why I think it's fair? It is fair because Unity Party, in Liberia, we are yet to have a leader who will be impartial, who will go after any and everybody, irrespective of whether they are part of their party or not. We are yet to get to that point. Dennis was saying the other day, look, if we can catch one thief and it is proven that the person actually stole, and we can go further by, retrieving the money and the assets from the person, will it now set a standard? Will it now be a good example? It will definitely be a good example. Will that even serve a deterrent? Yes, it will. How, you may ask? I'm not assuming here that Fina is guilty, but I have 100% agreement that she should be investigated so that she can either be exonerated or be held accountable if she did anything wrong or she did not do anything wrong, so she can be exonerated, because it will give her the freedom and it remove the suspicion and it will set us free. She deserves freedom, and if she's guilty, then justice must be served so we can take the money from her. So
Do
if
you
we
think
get that, it will be something that we have established. Michael, the thing is, when Ellen Johnson Sirleaf came to power, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf investigated Judy Bryan.
Yeah, put him in
Judy
jail.
Bryan was investigated for corruption. This is a former head of state.
Yes.
I don't know. Some people said that it was that embarrassment and shame
That
that
killed a
brought
man.
him to the ground. That's what others believe.
I think that killed a man.
Now, I agree with that. Not because you serve a head of state. If there were reasons to believe that you abuse power to the point of taking money that don't belong to you, you must be investigated. And the reason I also said this is fair is that CDC made all the noise, accused Amara Connor, almost most of the UP officials that served us for 12 years, that they were corrupt and that they were going to hold them accountable and investigate them. Did CDC do that?
No.
CDC did not do anything much. Yeah, we can talk about Mel Jones. We can talk about, I think it's Charles Sirleaf, the one who had millions in his account. What happened? CDC did not go anywhere. How did this man get millions of dollars in his account in Liberia? My understanding is that he's still a free man. I mean, he enjoyed freedom throughout. At some point, they attempted to arrest him. I think Ellen Johnson Sirleaf spoke. The next thing we know, the man was swallowing fufu soup.
I was about to
So
tell you.
it was CDC responsibility to bring clarity to all the corruption allegations, suspicions of allegations that happened during the Unity Party term. CDC did not do a better job. You do not expect United Party to be auditing itself. You should not expect United Party to be taking itself to court.
But why not?
These are not political actors who are fair. These are not political actors who are honest, who put Liberia first, who are true to accountability, the rule of law. I mean, this government is talking about rule of law. Talk about rule of law throughout. See what they are doing. See what's happening in this government. So I agree that it is fair that Unity Party is going same way. Should Unity Party leave power tomorrow? Whoever comes to power, will we say it will be unfair for that person to go and investigate Unity Party official? I would think it will be fair for the person to do so. So this is fair game. It's on CDC. CDC let Liberian people down for not investigating and bringing to clarity all the suspicions and allegations of corruption in the Unity Party past government. If Unity Party can do so with CDC, I welcome that. They must just be fair. They must just be given due process. It should not be an agenda to target people when they don't do anything wrong.
So this is Martina. So because as we speak right now, there is a ghost, because nobody knows who's doing it. There is a ghost that is building a $10 million palace in Foya. Nothing is being done about it. Nothing is being said about it. No action is being taken about it. I mean, it's almost like the message that is coming from the government is, if you're a person in government, just do your own. Nobody will say anything to you. There is no deterrent. Besides, if you lose election, then something will happen to you. That's the deterrent right now. If you lose election and CDB, God forbid, and CDC takes over after us, they're coming after you. But if we win the next one, brother, you scot-free. That's a chance people will be willing to take. I mean, how do you deter present people from stealing when you are only concentrating on people from the CDC says yes?
Banker, that is the unfortunate part. Unity Party government that preach accountability, that preach justice, that preach the fight against corruption. The Unity Party should first, if the Unity Party actually means well, from the president, if the office of the president, the very assets recovery thing, the very LACC, if all of these institutions, the anti-graft institutions, I mean, even the Minister of Justice, right? Even our very courts, in this administration, if they are serious about the fight against corruption, if they are serious about justice, I mean, they should do so with their government now to prove that when they say they are fighting corruption, they mean it.
Yeah.
That is what I expect. But sadly, I'm not sure we are getting that. You mentioned the issue of the presidential villa is being called in Foya. This government fumbles on this issue flat. They have no explanation that is logical, that holds water. The story has been changing. The LACC is yet to launch an investigation. The Minister of Justice does not care. Officials of Unity Party are not even calling on its own government to bring clarity to this issue. It is something they have zero interest in whatsoever. Why? Because it is at their very feet. If only the Unity Party were serious about the fight against corruption, they would not even happen in the first place, let alone talking about they don't even know who is building it. It's been linked to the president.
Yes,
this is how consequential it is. Michael, let me land on this. It is being linked to the president who is fighting corruption. And there is no clear-cut explanation whether they, and why is it in Foya the president hometown? No clarity whatsoever. Someone said that the property here, maybe that there's an honors earning, that this money that they're using to build it, is justifiable, it's not stolen wealth. They just show the records. Show the records, Michael. But that is not the case, my friend.
Of course not. Of course not. But let's move on here. Let's if we can we move on? So the budget. The budget has been presented to the National Legislature, to the Speaker. $1.21 billion is what this government is telling us that they are going to spend next year. How they are going to raise it, that's the magic question. They have never raised that amount before. They have not even raised 800 billion yet. But now they are saying they are going to raise and spend 1.21 billion. Is this a serious thing, Anthony, or that people they're talking because they feel they're talking right at this point? What really is this? Is this a political ploy, or is this a serious action on the part of this government to actually raise this money?
Michael, you emphasize the B in a word billion.
Yes.
Billion. And your emphasis there is that this is no small feat.
No.
This is no small figure. This is big. And your emphasis is also that we have been attempting to reach this, and we have not been able to reach. This is a country we're talking about here.
Yeah, entirely.
This is a country we're talking about here. The last time I checked, the city of New York, and I'm talking about the state of New York, the city of New York budget is 119 billion. And a 34 years old man will be presiding over such budget.
Yeah.
That is a city. Don't tell me New York and Liberia. Don't tell me nothing. They are human beings. We are human beings. So I don't let when people tell me, don't compare America. Are they gods?
No.
Are they superhumans? Are they not human beings like us? But that's besides the point, Michael. So, Michael, the point I want to make first is that $1 billion is no big money for Liberia. It's small money for Liberia. Not because we have not been able to reach it, not because we have not been able to generate it, not because our budget has not reached 1 billion, so it makes 1 billion so much big money for a country. Why do I say that? Ghana budget is about 25 billion US dollar. Africa budget is around 24 billion. These are Black people, Africans. We are brothers and sisters. We live in the same region. Now you come to Guinea. I'm not sure of Guinea figure, but I think the last time I checked, Guinea should be around 15 billions or so, or 12 billion. You come to even Sierra Leone. I think Sierra Leone been around out of 1.2, 1.5, or 2 billion.
Yeah.
United States dollars. Did Sierra Leone fight war? They did. Did we not fight war? We did. I mean, it doesn't matter the population. It is about the economy. It is about leadership. It is about innovation. All right? It is about industrialization. It is about capital investment. All right? These are the things that can enlarge the economy and increase revenue in the country. So I ask you, Michael, we had 20 years since the war ended. You won't tell me how much investment did we make as a country in 20 years?
Yeah.
Did we invest in agriculture? Did we invest in the provision of electricity?
No.
How much did we invest in roads? Even our airport, how much did we invest? We didn't invest a penny in our airport. Foreigner gave us money. I think China gave us 56 million. And from 2006 to 2020, let me remove 2025, 2024, you know how much money we've raised in terms of revenue? We have raised over 15 billion. Market, we have raised over 15 billion. How much of that money did we invest in capital investment to enlarge the economy, to lead to productivity and increase the factors of production for us to be, a middle income country? More than likely, 5% of that all money that we raise. But let's come to this figure here. Look, the other part is that the projection that's being made, I don't take it serious. It may be their serious effort, but I don't take it serious. Yes, why? Let me give you some numbers, Marco.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I will go to 2022. In 2022, the budgets were projected at 785 million. What happened? Out of that projection, the money raised was 690 million. That means we had $95 million budget shortfall.
Yeah.
And from 2020, yeah. No, not 2020, 2001. From 2001 to 2024, every budget that has been projected in Liberia experienced a significant budget shortfall. In fact, during Admiral Conner's time as finance minister, we experienced a total budget shortfall as around $200 million.
Yeah.
Budget shortfall numbers have been very huge. It means that all the projections we've made over the years since the war ended, we have not been able to raise the exact amount being projected. So again, 2022, the projection was 785 million. We only raised 690 million. That was a $95 million budget shortfall. Fast forward 2023, 782.9 million. The budget shortfall, the actual that we raised was 720. We have a $63 million budget shortfall, Michael. 2024, which is the second budget of 2024, 891 million. That was the projection. How much raised? 810 million. Budget shortfall, 81 million. So now we're talking about 1.2 billion, Michael. More than likely, we will not realize it. But it is my hope that they will do everything right to be able to at least raise $1 billion, because they said that some of the money going to come from, I think, an Ashoda Mental that's going to contribute $200 million. And whether Ashoda Mental is going to give the Liberian government $200 million in 12 months' time, Michael, I can't bet on that. That this concession near that we know will give the Liberian government $200 million in 12 months. I don't believe it. I do not believe it that they will raise that money and give it to the Liberian people. I don't think they will do so. If that happens, that is a good thing for Liberia. And I hope that the increase in the projection must be realized in actual money. And that increase should be used to invest in our people.
And I guess that's the other part to it, as we kind of bring everything full circle here. I guess that's the other part to it. It's one thing to say $1.2 billion. It's another thing to say what is being spent on. If the budget is going to increase from 800 million to 1.2 billion, okay, that 400 million, what is it actually being spent on? Is that 400 million being focused on investment? Is it being focused on education, social services, sanitation, healthcare? Or is it are we going to see another salary increment? President Boyka flying more private jet, legislature spending their own money? All of that $400 million increase. What is that money going to? That what everybody interested in. It's not just the ability to raise it, but what are you going to spend it on? Because if you can raise that, you can raise the budget to 30 billion. But if you don't spend that on investing in Liberia, in our security, in our courts, in our healthcare, in our education, then it means nothing to the people. It means nothing to the people. So we are interested in seeing the budget. We want to know what is the annual budget of the president's office for 2026. We want to compare it to 2025 and see Is he gonna increase his budget tenfold? The Speaker of the House, Richard Coon, wants you want to know Richard Coon, Yomli Kanga Lawrence, Senate Pro Tem, want to see what is her budget. Jeremiah Coon, want to see what Jeremiah Coon budget is for 2026. Where the foreign agency that in NSA. Want to know what NSA budget? Because all everybody is an open secret now. That NSA that where they can funnel all the money through and it'll never audit them. So those are the things we're looking at.
My
But
God,
it's been an interesting week, man.
my God, you said it right. I know we're closing here.
Yeah.
First of all, the ability to generate a projection. Two, if you achieve that, then what are you going to spend the increased amount on?
Yeah.
Like you said, is the speaker budget, the president budget, the Ministry of Presidential Affairs budget is going to increase? Then you talk about where they funnel the money, or NSA. Will NSA budget go up? I mean, the NSA people, what are they actually doing? My God, we need an unorthodox person who will come and really, shake the whole system up. You may be president now. If they will came in the next day, so be it. NSA, you're not getting a penny.
No.
We don't need that. Nobody is chasing any president.
Nobody.
What kind of intelligence are they gathering? I mean, do we have a Qaeda terrorist people and all these people trying to chase Liberian president or targeting the country Liberia? No, we don't have that.
No,
And why are you spending all this money? And remember, the president who pronounced accountability, transparency, and the fight against corruption, that President Waka said he announced an audit for the very NSA. Few weeks later, he summoned Sote and get a 303-degree turn, and NSA have not been audited to this day.
Yeah. Exactly.
And he was talking about the NSA of the CDC government.
CDC, not his.
That's the one he post up to, not his own government. He post up to it. How? This is where the people channel the money.
Yeah.
And no question whatsoever. Michael, we are yet to have a kind of government and leadership and president and government officials who are really for business. We are just here waiting, and I don't know how long we can wait, my friend.
All right. But thank you so much, Anthony. Thank you for joining me this Saturday for us to talk some politics here. I want to say thank you to Brenda Lynn Waller for joining us earlier on as she spoke about the celebration of the International Day of the Girl Child. And she also talked about her future endeavors, where she's going to be, what the word should I use? Managing an event here coming up in May, the menstrual health of the Liberian girl. So we're excited to see that. But thank you most especially to our audience out there in Radio Land and on YouTube and Facebook. Thanks for joining Focus on Liberia this Saturday. We are here every Saturday, same time, same Monrovia time. Let me put it that way. I need to be accurate. 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Monrovia time is when we are on, because, here in the U.S., we go daylight saving time and stuff. So 2 p.m. Monrovia time right now, that would be 8 a.m. Central Time, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. But we are here to bring you informative, educative, and thought-provoking topics that will leave you wanting more. So, Anthony, as we close, thank you so much for joining us, man. I look forward every time to talking politics with you. You always have a new spin to things. So we're hopeful. We're looking forward. We're looking forward to our government here. So I will hand it off to you, and if you can take us home.
And Michael, thank you, and thanks to our audience. The search for leadership continues. I believe that as a society, we have experienced so much. We are educated. We are smarter. So we should be making smarter decisions. We should be making better decisions, and we should be able to change the conditions of our people. And we just have to agree to do so without fear and favor, especially when it comes to justice, when it comes to accountability, when it comes to fairness. Police officer making 150, then government official taking 500, and they get all of the benefits. And my last line of advocacy I want to that I'm on right now is let this government stop the foreign travel. We don't need it. The young girl we had here, the young woman we had on the radio station, she in Liberia, we are in America. We talk, the people on the radio were hearing us. If we were to meet in person, it's the same thing we're going to talk.
Yep.
Period. Let this president stop the travel immediately. Let this president stop the travel immediately. Let the president take the phone, because our presidents, their whole thing is begging, begging, begging. Begging, begging, begging. I'm not stopping you from begging, because maybe that is what our presidents know, to beg and beg. Take the phone and beg. Start using the small money we have and flying private jet to go beg and come back and there's nothing and go. Stop it. That money can be used to renovate mine D12, other people's Tournament High. University of Liberia is a national shame and disgraced. This president might have spent over maybe $5 million now since she came to power on foreign travel, and even more. That could change conditions at the University of Liberia that he passes by all the time to go to work. Stop the travel. What the money you're spending on travel is a waste. Use Zoom, use StreamYard, use Google Meet, use your telephone, and communicate with the people you want to talk to beg for money. I rest my case. On that note, the song says we are all Liberians, and that song is taking us home right now. And bye-bye, everybody.
We are Liberians.